My friends, somehow we completely missed Putin's important address to the nation back on February 23rd. It is truly a unique and fascinating topic. I somehow spaced out and didn't notice it, and I see that none of my friends paid attention either. And that's a shame. The address was beautiful, wonderful. Well, to be fair, it wasn't addressed to us, of course, but to Russians. Still, to humiliate your own people like that, to show them as riffraff, it was worth it. Maybe he's dying and just wants to mock those who will outlive him one last time. It's hard to say. In short, he called on them to mobilize and unite. Essentially, what this means is, together as a whole, to unite with the leader in order to stand together against the enemy, including us Ukrainians. I'm providing a translation for Russians who don't understand Russian very well. There are actually a lot more of them than Ukrainians who don't understand Russian. This means that Putin and his inner circle, including relatives, the cooperative, the lake crowd, their children, they will continue to live well, eat caviar by the bucket, live in palaces, hide in bunkers under guard, and sleep with gymnasts, or whoever else they like, geese, chickens, whoever they catch on the streets. Basically, they'll live as they please. Alcohol will be delivered to Medvedev on special flights from Europe, just like for Putin, wine or other products. They'll send their children to study and live in America, as many have already done. And you, the poor, the destitute masses, are supposed to tighten your belts and unite. Some of you will go to die in Ukraine in the so-called special military operation. Some will eat less and feed their children less. Some will stop learning English. There's already a deputy minister speaking out, saying, "How come people learn English and then don't want to volunteer for the special military operation?" This is what they call uniting. You see, this is cynicism, this is mockery. Some get everything, others get death and poverty. And the Russian herd will swallow it. All this rabble will eat it up, nod along and say, yes, the leader is right, we need to unite, let's come together. I honestly don't understand. Is this just complete and utter stupidity, or are they really just such lifelong doormats and cowards that any loud shout or forceful order, any command from the bosses, makes them involuntarily ecstatic and shuts off all reasoning? In short, beautiful. But what else? He called for mobilization, to build up military potential and to keep building it up, as if he's actually building it up right now. Today, I've only posted 2 reports, confirmed by information from the General Staff. I wouldn't even bother reading the video here. The number of targets and equipment hit. If anyone's interested, there's the official Sazonov Telegram channel or the Facebook page of Kyrylo Sazonov. There's simply a list of verified targets that have been hit over the past 2 days. For the 23rd and 24th, of course they did an excellent job. This is what he called on the people of Russia to unite around. I follow the Russian community and their struggle with migrants from Asia and the Caucasus. So there's complete unity there. In short, Putin is spouting nonsense and the herd is happily nodding along. And this, of course, is just insane. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why we need to defend ourselves from the Russian world. Not let them in here under any circumstances. Not a single people, not a single piece of land, not a single bit of territory. Otherwise, they'll bite us and we could become just like them. And for those who don't want to defend Ukraine, I posted a video on Telegram and Facebook with an address from Miss DNR. These kinds of monsters, a scary aunt, actually much scarier than a Buryat in a tank. Anyone who misbehaves, who doesn't defend Ukraine, this aunt will come and take her little house back, forever. Friends, let me repeat, the Telegram channel is Sazonov Official, and on Facebook, Kyrylo Sazonov. Come visit, check it out. There's a lot of interesting and useful stuff, things we don't always have time to notice. I'll be glad to see you, and everything will be here on this channel too. Ukraine. Friends, we've gotten so fed up with prophets predicting the end of the war that we really should just turn away, not read this stuff, not repost it, and treat it with disdain and see, and without any attention at all. But nevertheless, our channels have once again spread a new date for the end of the war. Bloomberg published an article. Supposedly respected economic publications, why are they spreading this nonsense? So they published an article stating that the war should be over. Most likely, it will be over. Trump wants to end it by July 4th. The big holiday, Independence Day of the United States of America. Trump has wanted to end this war for a long time. He wanted to end it last November, in December. He wanted to end it when he became president within 24 hours. He wanted to end it before spring. He still wants to bring it to a definitive conclusion now, but since Trump neither personally initiated this war nor is leading it, he cannot end it. Ultimately, only Russia can end the war. But it continues to maintain the outward appearance of holding peace talks while it keeps fighting, because there are specific strategic objectives the Kremlin wants to achieve. First and foremost, it's about territory. Secondly, a loyal regime in Kyiv and the restoration of the rights of the FSB branch of the Russian Orthodox Church. And there are more items on the list. They say this openly and directly. And no desire on Trump's part will change anything here, unless he strikes Russian territory with every tomahawk he has, and even that might not be enough. Now, about Trump's desire to end things by July 4th. Where did Bloomberg get this from? What kind of nonsense is this? Excuse me? Soviet nonsense? Why would Trump tie this to Independence Day in the US, especially to the end of the war between Russia and Ukraine? There will already be a huge celebration in the US. It's not just Independence Day, it's the 250th Independence Day, 250 years. A massive celebration. Trump has planned a military parade. He will already be at the center of attention. He will already have plenty to say. He'll talk about his achievements, he'll talk about his plans, he'll talk about how bad Biden was. Believe me, he'll find a way to make full use of this day. He absolutely doesn't need any extra news hooks. A significant geopolitical success would certainly come in very handy for his political agenda, especially looking ahead to the midterm elections in Congress. However, those elections are scheduled for November. And those who say that Trump wants to end the war in May or on July 4th just for these elections are out of touch with reality. Who's running in the November elections? Will anyone remember Trump's geopolitical success in ending the war, whether it happened in May or July? No, nobody will care about it in 300 years. Everyone will forget all about it. American voters' memory is neither better nor worse than ours. That's why, in order for Trump to present this result, the end of the war between Ukraine and Russia, as his achievement thanks to his efforts, it would be best if it happened in October or September, so that it would still be fresh, so that people would be impressed and vote specifically for Trump's Republicans in the elections. That makes sense. May or July doesn't make sense. That's why Bloomberg simply decided to boost readability and feed us yet another date. Ukrainian politicians, the most notorious, the most prominent, the most irresponsible, have long avoided specifying an exact date for the end of the war because no one knows it and no one can predict it. No, there is no secret plan. No secret plan from Trump, Zelensky, or Putin regarding the end of the war, on such and such terms at such and such a time. Very tough negotiations are underway. And so far, there's no point that would satisfy everyone, or even if it doesn't satisfy everyone, at least everyone would agree to it. Such a point simply doesn't exist. So once again, there are some minor manipulations going on, and in reality, there's nothing good about it. Anyone who still believes in such specific dates is simply running out of breath in this marathon. Friends, let's go into more detail. I'm analyzing the situation with the negotiations, the situation with the blows to the Russian economy, the results of 4 years of war, how everything has changed, how everything is happening. I'm on my Telegram channel, Sazonov Official, and on Facebook, Kyrylo Sazonov. Come visit, take a look, read. There's a lot of interesting stuff there. Subscribe, I'd be glad to see you. Subscribe to this channel, there will be a lot of interesting things here. Everything will be Ukraine.